For years, women disappeared from Vancouver's streets. Not all at once, not dramatically, one by one. They vanished from the downtown Eastside, where people moved in and out of sight and disappearances were easily dismissed. Basically, it's rough. Police reports were filed, families waited, nothing happened. And while the city slowly learned to live with the disappearances, someone just outside Vancouver was counting. That man was Robert Pickton. Throughout the 1990s, women began disappearing at a disturbing rate. Vancouver, Canada. Most were sex workers, many struggled with addiction, many were from First Nations communities, the original peoples of Canada. Families reported them missing and were often met with indifference. Police suggested they've probably just moved on, that this is a lifestyle issue, that there was no evidence of a crime. But the list kept growing. By the late 1990s, dozens of women were gone. Just beyond Vancouver's city limits sat a pig farm, hidden in plain sight. It belonged to Robert Pickton and his brother. The property was sprawling, with chaotic barns and sheds and trailers, heavy machinery scattered across muddy ground. Pickton was known as odd, but unthreatening, socially awkward, poor hygiene, quiet. But his farm was busy. There were parties, women arriving late at night, and almost no one who could say they saw those women leave. In 1997, police finally received a direct accusation. A woman reported that Pickton had taken her to his farm and stabbed her during a violent encounter. She escaped. She survived. Pickton was arrested. The farm was searched, but the charges were dropped. Why? This woman was considered unreliable. The investigation stalled and Pickton walked free. After 1997, the disappearances continued. Families begged, community workers and families warned police something was terribly wrong. But cases went cold. Files piled up. Later inquiries would reveal that many disappearances were not treated with urgency because of who the victims were. Meanwhile, evidence continued to accumulate unnoticed on that farm. In 2002, police returned to Pickton's farm, this time on weapons charges. This search did not stop early. They found women's clothing, jewelry, personal belongings tied to missing women. Forensic testing followed. Human DNA was found throughout the property, in soils, on tools, buildings. The scale was overwhelming. This is where many people get confused, so let's be precise. Pickton did confess, but not in court and not in a formal written statement. How so? While awaiting trial, police placed him in a covert sting operation. An undercover officer posed as a fellow inmate involved in organized crime. Pickton began talking. He described killing women calmly. He boasted. At one point he claimed he had killed 49 women, saying he planned to reach 50 before being caught. 50! These conversations were secretly recorded and played for the jury. However, Pickton never pleaded guilty. He never stood up in court and confessed. His conviction rested on forensic evidence. His own words only backed it up. Pickton was charged with 27 counts of first-degree murder. The case was unprecedented in scale. Tens of thousands of exhibits. To avoid overwhelming the jury, prosecutors focused on 6 victims, where evidence was strongest. In 2007, the verdict came back guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison. Pickton died in prison years later, but the case left a deeper wound. Dozens of women were lost, and many believe lives could have been saved if the disappearances had been taken seriously sooner. This case wasn't just about one man. It was about who was ignored and why. Until next time.